Little story. Yesterday, I was out with some friends. I was in charge getting the gift for said friend. So me and my group of friends, we always get presents for each other, and we do it depending on who the person is or what the present is. We either get little gifts and it equates to an amount of money, or we just get them one big gift. It was my idea. I kind of decided that I was like, oh, okay, I need to get this person something. And I was like, I'm and ahhing about different things, different ideas. Cool piece of artwork from one of his favorite games made by a person on Etsy. I was thinking of like cooking utensils because in our little group we love to cook. I was and ahhing, and I was like, ugh. I've gone around his multiple occasions, and we cook a lot of Asian style cooking, noodles, lots of different types of that kind of stuff. And I've realised, I kind of remember that he didn't ever use a wok. Why didn't he use a wok? Surely he has a wok. And this was a guy who loves like Asian cooking and like spices and that kind of thing. And I was like, oh, I sent a message to his girlfriend, who's in the group as well. We've got like friends and girlfriends, and they're all together, and it all works happily ever after. It's great. I'm just the fifth wheel. So basically, I talked to his girlfriend, and I'm like, hey, so I'm thinking about this, and this. And I just give her a list. And she's like, I would probably say that going for a wok would be your best idea. So anyway, I'm talking with the other, because she's obviously getting him something else, something more extravagant. And so she wasn't on board with what me and the other getting. So I go away, and I'm like, I don't want him to get him shite. I don't want to get him like a bottom tier, cheap and cheerful one that is gonna suck in a couple of years. I want something that's gonna last a long time and can be cooked a lot in, well seasoned after some time, and it's just gonna be great for him. It's gonna be utterly phenomenal. So I'm looking through, go to different websites, have a little look, some out there, some of the price range, and I find one for around the £50 mark. And now the person who I'm buying this for, they mean an awful lot to me. And I probably would have just bought them this myself. But I knew in my heart that he would probably be really, really annoyed if I did do that. So I go to my other friends in the group, and I was like, look, I've got this idea. Here's the wok that I think we should get him. And they're like, okay. Let us think it over, because we have some ideas of our own. We want to see if we can do it, or how we want to plan it. And I was like, oh, okay, fine, fair dues. And yes, a couple of days go past, and then they text me back and just be like, yeah, we think it's good. Obviously, we just think that's a good main present. We won't really get him anything else except a card. And I was like, yeah, that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely a-okay. I'm kind of like, okay, I'm gonna get it so that I have it and make sure that I hear. And it gets here, and it's a size of a wok. It is pretty big. And I was like, how the hell am I going to wrap this up? Like, a wok is such a weird shape. You ever tried wrapping a wok? Doesn't make any logical sense. Do I find a box for it? Do I make a box out of like the Amazon boxes? Well, what should I do? How do I approach this situation? I even was gonna like come on stream and basically try and build a box, and I was like, I just don't think that's gonna work. I don't think that's gonna be something that I can actually physically do. Like, I'd say I'm good at art and like crafts and shit, but like that's a whole different level. Like having to like get like a knife and like cut it in a certain angle and make sure that it all works, then it fits, and then putting it together like a box. But anyway, I'm just like, oh, fine. So I look around the house, and I'm like, oh, what can I use? See this bag in my room that's like been there for yonks, and it's got two little things in. And I'm just like, oh, let's have a look at this. I'm like, oh, this looks pretty good. Not really reading what it is on the front of the bag. So I pick everything out, make sure it's clean, and then put the wok in it. I'm like, oh, it makes good, and then hold it. I'm like, oh, it makes a really, really good bag. Absolutely perfect. Can't believe this actually fits. Can't believe that the first bag that I looked at in my room works like a charm. I then look at the bag and realise it's a Christmas bag. You can see my dismay when I thought it was a Christmas bag, but then I also realised that it makes complete sense. So here's me just going, you know what? You know, this makes sense. This is understandable. I can give this to him, and he will appreciate no matter what it is. And I was like, oh, it's fine, it's fine. Sent a picture to my mate who's like in the other group chat, and I was like, yeah, yo, is this okay? And he just laughed and went, yeah, that's amazing, he'll love it. Fast forward a couple of days, it was like about a week since that happened. I am going to see them, and we're gonna go and meet up before we go have a meal. We went to have a nice, lovely roast. I had to get there. I think I decided I'm really chaotic. Apparently, I'm chaotic when it comes to plans. I'm chaotic in the most cases, but apparently I'm chaotic when it comes to plans, because a friend of mine was like, "Can you stop being so chaotic? Because literally we thought you weren't coming, and then you said you were, and then you said you were coming round, and now you're not coming round. But when are you coming round, or are you gonna come round earlier?" And I was just like, yeah. I basically sent a message to my mate being like, "Oh yeah, can I come round a little bit earlier just to see you?" And I was like, yeah. He was like, these are the chaotic people who are like, we don't like you being chaotic. And I'm like, well, sorry. And I was like, okay, I'm coming round. So I get in the car, start driving. I have to go get some fuel for my car just to make sure that I'm okay. And I begin the journey to go meet my friend. I get approximately about 15 miles away, and then all of a sudden it's like a euphoric moment in my head, right? It's like a light bulb's gone off, everything's just gone, it's just absolutely mad. I've just gone, fuck, I forgot the present. And here's like, I was in the car, I was vibing, I had music going, the windows down, just on a motorway, just going just towards where I needed to be. And I just remember this moment, I was just like, woo! And I literally had to basically get to a roundabout, go set around, and basically backtrack like 10 minutes. And then I had to run back. I said hello, said hello to the family, and was like, yeah, I forgot the present. And they looked at me and went, alright. And then literally I just bolted towards it. And I remember being in the car, just being like, how do I forget that? It's literally the only thing I needed. Like, I patted myself down. I even brought a spare jumper. The fact that if it got too hot and I got too sweaty, I could change. Do you imagine if I got there? I got to the place that I needed to be, right? And it was just, I just got there and they were like, oh, where is it? And I was just like, I was just like shitting bricks. I remember it was literally just like coming round. I was literally coming up to the roundabout. And it was like a pure euphoric moment. I was just vibing, listening to some like The Locker on Spotify. Great playlist, by the way. Would recommend it to anyone. And all of a sudden, I kind of went, Phil's birthday, Phil's present. And it processed for a little bit, and then went, I've got to go back. I've got to go back. I can't not go back. It was just such a surreal moment. Luckily, I got there in time. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to be extremely late. I got there to my friend's house, said hello to them. My friend's girlfriend had a word with me and was like, who I'm very close with, and was like, look, you Jack, you need to stop being so chaotic. And I'm just like, I'm standing here like, yeah, but being chaotic runs the world. Just go with the flow, bro. And she was like, no, I need to know what's going on. I'm like, mate, you're gonna have a wild ride in the future.